Hey, welcome back to the channel and welcome to another update video. Today in the great state of Wisconsin, it's very rainy, overcast, kind of a dreary day. So I did a lot of indoor stuff today. I shampooed the carpeting, I gave the dogs a bath, washed their collars, which I call their collars, their necklaces. She freaks out. Heidi freaks out when I take her collar off. That's like her only possession. She doesn't like that, but everybody's nice and squeaky clean. I figured I might as well record a video today. I bought a new Yankee candle. I got that thing lit. It is called Sugared Cinnamon Apple and it smells amazing. I love candles. So I have a little stack, nothing huge or anything, but I have a little stack of Scream Factory. I have a little stack here of Synapse films, a couple of Arrow video titles, a little miscellaneous pile. I got a documentary in the mail. I got a couple of thrift shop pickups, and I wanted to show you guys a couple of VHS box sets that I picked up. I also got a Chucky 15-inch Bride of Chucky figure. I'll show you that at the end. That one there is a Mezco Toys, and it has, I think it says 10 different things. It's a talking Chucky. You push a button in the back, and it says a few phrases from the movies. So yeah, kick your feet up, get something to drink, get a snack, and let's check out the video here and see what I picked up. And joining me, as always, are the two lovely ladies, Miss Heidi on the right this time and Miss Hannah on the left. They're a little bit out of sequence here, but we'll make it work. They had, like I was saying earlier, they had a bath, and there was like a raspberry shampoo, so they're very sleek and soft and clean right now. So they don't really like the water too much. When we go out in nature and take walks, they love jumping in the rivers and licking from puddles and all that stuff. But when it comes to getting cleaned up, they don't really care much for that. So, but it has to be done. So here's the pile of Scream Factory Blu-rays I picked up over the past couple of months. I did show these in my recent Scream Factory collection overview video, but these are new pickups over the last couple of weeks, so I wanted to add that into this video. The first couple here, the first three, I picked up used at FYE, and the other two I picked up new at FYE. First one here is called Prophecy. These were pretty cheap. These have been out for a while. This is a good little creature feature monster movie from 1979, starring Talia Shire, who played Adrian in the Rocky movies. These are just kind of, this one has been out for a while. There's the reversible cover there. These are titles I never picked up before, so I thought I would just grab these and add them to the collection. They were in really good condition for the price I got them for. It was a no-brainer. I grabbed them. The next one here is called The Seven Brothers Meet Dracula. It's a kung fu / monster movie starring Peter Cushing. It is a Hammer and Shaw Brothers production. It says Black Belt versus Black Magic. It also has an alternate title called The Legend of the Seven Golden Vampires, and it has a reversible cover that has that title. I prefer that title, and I like that cover a little bit better. And this movie came out, let's see, 1974. And you get a new 2K scan of the film, you get new audio commentary, new interviews. So I thought I would pick that up. This was another cheap buy. It was gently used. It's almost like brand new, really. I think these were about $10 a piece, these first two. And as was this one too. This is called Superstition, a film by James Roberson. And this is a movie from 1984. haunted house type movie. Here's a reversible cover. I like this image, that ominous looming figure carrying the, well, we don't know if she's dead or not, but just a very ominous image. And the two new ones I picked up were Phantom of the Opera. These are still sealed with the slipcover. It's a collector's edition. This is a movie from 1962 starring Herbert Lom. One of the original Hammer movies from the 60s. Thought that cover looked really good. Want to get all of the collector's editions at some point. Scream Factory is a company that I don't plan on picking up every single title. It's going to be impossible to do that with just about any company, really. I just kind of pick and choose the ones I really want and really like. And the last one for Scream Factory is called Pet Sematary 2, the collector's edition. Very cool cover. This one came out in 1992. Shocking sequel to the classic. The first one was excellent. The second one is not as good, but it's not a bad movie either. I really like Clancy Brown. He's a very good, very, very good actor. I like him in just about everything he ever does. Edward Furlong is also in here. He's a good actor. And this is a new 4K scan with new audio commentary and new interviews with Edward Furlong. So that is it for the Scream Factory pile. And you can hear a siren in the background. It never fails. There's either firecrackers or sirens. It's one of the downfalls of living in the city. I don't like it, but I'll always be a country boy at heart. Eventually I'll get back out to the country, but for now I'm kind of stuck here. But so this is a little overview of the movies I picked up over the last couple of weeks, I guess, last month or so. So let's jump into the Synapse Films pile. The first one in the Synapse pile is Demons 1 and 2, the 4K Ultra HD Special Limited Edition. And I know what you're thinking. This is probably, I would guess this is probably the movie I own the most of in different editions of it. I mean, this movie has been put out a million times by many companies, different Steelbooks and DVDs and 4K and all the different stuff. But I popped these in and watched them back to back a couple of nights ago, and they look really good. They still hold up. I still do enjoy these movies. Demons 1 is really, really fun. Demons 2, it wasn't as good as the first one, but I still enjoyed it. I liked the way that they were viewing the movies through the TV in the second one instead of the movie theater screen, and how everything was taking place in the apartments in the second one. I thought it worked really well. So I really enjoyed it. This one comes with a slipcover, and it's pretty glossy. It looks really nice. The artwork is beautiful. And maybe one of these days I'll pull out all of my editions of Demons 1 and 2 and show them all in a video like I did for the Fulci Zombie collection. And that's another one. Zombie has a million releases by a million companies. So I flipped the cover, and you have Demons 1 here. There you can see Tony the Pimp in the middle. And Demons 2 on the back. Very fun movies, splatter movies, over the top, silliness, gore. I really enjoy it though. There's the disc for part 1, and the disc for part 2 is in my player right now, so it's not in this case. It's in my Blu-ray player. But there is a reversible cover and a little bit of swag here that comes with it. We'll go through all this stuff here. But there's the reversible cover, which is the same image on the slipcover. So I flipped it, and then you got, like I said, Demons 1 and 2. And then you get the ticket to the Metropole. Talks a little bit about the transfer, 4K transfer. It looks really good, by the way. I still have a very hard time telling the difference between 1080p and 4K. I mean, it's and here's another little thing about the transfer for Demons 2. This is the birthday party for part 2. Of course, the ticket, that golden ticket, was from part 1, and then this was the birthday party invitation for part 2. And it talks about the transfer on the back of that one. And then you get a Synapse Films catalog. We're not going to go through that. But it's nice that they throw that in there. And you can check some of their back stock, some of their earlier catalog releases, and if you want to go back and try to hunt those down, you can do that. I like that cover. Living Dead at the Manchester Morgue. And then there's a poster, which I'm not going to pull it out here. It's the same image that's on the slipcover. But maybe it's not. Hold on a second. I'm going to pause it here for a second. No, I was completely wrong, and I'm glad I did open it up, because I thought it was going to be the image that was on the slipcover, but it's definitely not, and it's beautiful. I love the color scheme there with the bright reds, and the kind of the purples really makes it pop, I think. And you can see some of that green slimy ooze. Very cool. So let's move on to the next title. The next two titles here from Synapse Films are Steelbooks that came with slipcovers. And I think they're getting low on quantity for the Kindred. So if you're interested in that, you may want to go over to their website, synapsefilms.com, and check that out. I noticed that some people were selling these on eBay for over $100 already, but if you go directly to their website, they're selling them at regular price, which I believe is $50, which it seems pretty expensive. But these are some of the best steelbooks you'll ever find, the ones that Synapse Films puts out. And once I show you the two that I picked up for this update video, I'll show you some of the other ones that they released earlier, and you can check those out. And maybe you want to try to hunt those down, or maybe you have them already. But first one is called the Kindred, and I just got these in a couple of days ago. And I haven't even opened these up to look at them yet. But these steelbooks are amazing. Like I said, they're a little bit pricey, but what you get from Synapse Films is very high quality. And these are very highly collectible, limited editions. I don't remember what they were exactly limited to, but I think one of them was limited to 3,500 and one was limited to 4,000, something like that. And each of the steelbooks that they've ever released in their catalog has been limited. And when they sell out, they do go up in value. So it's a pretty safe bet to pick these up, especially if you're a collector. They will go up in value over time, so you're not going to be out any money, anything like that. But if you're a collector like I am, and I don't sell anything in my collection anyway, I like to get these now so I don't have to pay double or triple later. But look at that cover, though. That is beautiful. It almost kind of reminds me of like Swamp Thing. That looks really, really good. The slipcover itself is a very, I wouldn't say very thick, but it's a decent size. It's a decent thickness. It has a very glossy finish. And it has a little weight to it. It feels like it's high quality. I didn't realize that this was still sealed too. So let's see. I'm going to pause it really quick. Okay, so the plastic is off. Good thing I paused it too, because that thing was kind of fighting me a little bit. I don't know why. But I did notice here on the back it says exactly how much it is limited to. So this is the 3-disc Blu-ray, DVD, and CD, and it's limited to 3,500 pieces. So on the inside you get another catalog, and this time it has the Demons 1 and 2 artwork. Same catalog on the inside. You get a little booklet, and we'll go through that in a second. Here is the CD soundtrack, which I always enjoy that when they include those. And you can see an image from the movie. Another little creature feature type deal. And then you have the Blu-ray here. 93 minutes from 1987. And we have the DVD. And then there's another some artwork underneath there. Looks really good. So let me put this back in here like so. Keep the Blu-ray on the top because that's what I will watch. And then on the back you get this little information card with the little glue dots. So we'll pull it off so we can see the artwork underneath that. And it almost looks like Danny DeVito, but it's not. But that artwork looks really good. Again, you have the black background with that kind of chartreuse or neon green. It looks really good. So you get the new 4K high-def remaster of the unrated version of the film. You get some audio commentary. You get a making of, all new documentary, 52 minutes. That's significant. That's really cool. You get a special compilation of creature effects, 18 minutes, CD soundtrack of the beautiful original score by David Newman, limited edition slipcover, and steelbook artwork by Alexandros Pyromalis. I don't know if I pronounced that properly, but let us take a look here at the booklet. Just a couple pages, but it's always nice when they throw something like that in. It makes it a little more collectible, like a little box set almost. So you get liner notes here by Michael Gingold from Fangoria. So that's really cool. Production credits about the restoration. Why did it take 15 years to release this movie? You can read all about that. Then on the back it has the CD track listing. There's 19 tracks. Most of them are less than a minute. So that was a really nice little addition, and I was glad that I got it before it went out of print. Let's check out the next one. Next one up is Osario's Tombs of the Blind Dead from 1971, and this one is beautiful. This one, I just checked on the back. This was limited to 4,000. This slipcover is amazing. It's a Spanish horror movie from 1971. It's about undead Knight Templars looking for a sacrifice. There's a couple different cuts of the film. I think there's 3 different cuts. There's the original Spanish language cut, which is the full length. I think it's 101 minutes. And then there's a English dubbed. It's the same movie, just has an English dub, 101 minutes. And then there was a US theatrical cut, which was heavily cut. I think it's only 83 minutes. But this artwork is beautiful. These movies are very low budget, but they're really, really fun. We'll go through the catalog here in a minute. This one also comes with 3 discs. You get a Blu-ray, DVD, and a CD soundtrack. We'll take a look at some of the background art, and I'll show you guys a bust of one of the Knights Templar I have. I showed it before. I'm sure you guys remember that, but it looks a lot like this right here. I hope somebody puts out the whole quadrilogy again. Blue Underground did it on DVD back, I think, in 2005. And Scream Factory came out with Part 4 on Blu-ray. And now Synapse Films came out with Part 1 on Blu-ray. Hopefully, eventually, they'll have all 4 of them. So here's the booklet. Legends. Fanta Terror. I was thinking about getting an original poster for any of these movies, any of the Blind Dead quadrilogy, but they're pretty expensive, and I don't really have a lot of room right now for posters, but I still may get one eventually. I really like the way these look, and this artwork, these are amazing. These steelbooks are really, really great. They're a very glossy finish, so they're kind of a magnet for fingerprints, especially that Kindred one. It had a black paint job. It's very glossy, and I noticed I washed my hands before I do any of these videos, and I was still getting fingerprint smudges on there. My hands are very clean right now, so just got to kind of keep that in mind, that these are fingerprint magnets, but these are beautiful slip covers, or steelbooks and slip covers. So I was definitely glad to pick these up before they go out of print. I don't know how many they have left. They don't release that information on their website. I wish they would, but I do believe that the Kindred is very low on stock. So you may want to check that out. Anyway, let's keep moving on. We got a little pile here from Arrow Video. Before I get into the Arrow pile, I thought it would probably be a good spot here to show you some of the other steelbooks that they had, just so we can kind of complete this section together. These are in no particular order, but they came out with, these are all Synapse film steelbooks. Suspiria was one of them. This was limited to 6,000. It's another 3-disc set. And I can't remember when they released this. It was a few years back now. But I also got the slipcover from High Def Ninja, which was very limited as well. And then they also came out with Phenomena. These are still sealed. Again, this was another limited slipcover from High Def Ninja. The steelbook was, I think the steelbook was limited to like 4,000 or 5,000, but the slipcovers were limited to 200. So they're ultra rare. And Tenebrae. This one was number 137, but I don't know how much it was limited to, like 200 maybe. So you have the Argento movies there, Suspiria, Tenebrae, and Phenomena. They also released Massacre at Central High, which for the longest time I had a very low quality DVD of this. So this was a really nice release. And The Living Dead at Manchester Morgue, another great release. Beautiful steelbook. Here's Suspiria with a different slipcover. This was the slipcover that was issued by Synapse Films. It has the Suspiria steelbook inside of it. And they also released Popcorn. And Demons and Demons 2. These were the first two that they released on steelbook years ago. So hopefully that gave you guys some ideas of what you could pick up for your collection. Or I'm sure maybe a lot of you guys have these already. So it's nice to add Tombs of the Blind Dead and the Kindred to the steelbook collection. I'm going to put these in plastic sleeves here and after the video's done. I got to order some more too. So that was it for the steelbooks. Now let's get into the Arrow Video pile. First one here I picked up on Amazon, and it was still like 50% off when it was still part of the Arrow Video sale. Because Amazon was participating in that sale as well. So if you ordered it through the Arrow website or if you ordered it through Amazon, you were still getting the sale. So that worked out really well. So I think I got this for like 15 bucks or so, give or take. I can't remember exactly. But this is one I had on DVD from Scream Factory, and it was called TV Terrors. And these are two movies that were released as kind of horror thrillers, television movies back in the 70s, and that is The Initiation of Sarah and Are You in the House Alone? So now Arrow Video has released The Initiation of Sarah on Blu-ray, and I was very happy to upgrade that. This is a pretty good movie. And back in the 70s, they really had some good stuff on TV back then. And that was kind of like in the infancy of HBO back then. HBO was pretty new, Cinemax. So a lot of the good movies and stuff you saw on TV, that was how people mostly saw their movies, was on television before people had premium TV. But this is a 2K scan. It says it's a 2K restoration by Arrow from a 4K scan of the original 35mm camera negative. And you get a brand new audio commentary. Welcome to Hell Week, a pledge's guide to the initiation of Sarah. I really enjoy these type of movies. I think that's why this one kind of hits home for me. I like the kind of the hazing, the college dorm slasher type movies. Welcome to Hell Week. I really enjoy these type of movies, so this was very good. Very easy for me to add this to the collection. There's a reversible cover. That's the new artwork, and this is the original. I flipped it. And then it comes with a book and an art card. There's the Blu-ray. The art card is from the Boxer's Omen, which I do not own yet. And the little booklet, it's actually pretty decent, pretty thick. Yeah, I would recommend this to you guys if you like sorority type thrillers and horror movies. I'm sure a lot of you guys do. So that was the little booklet. Always nice when they include booklets. This one did not come with a slipcover. It was not issued with one, but that looks pretty cool though. So I was glad to upgrade that. Here's one that I knew I wanted for a while, and I picked this one up, part of the sale too. It was very, very cheap. This is James Cagney as Lon Chaney, Man of a Thousand Faces. And James Cagney is one of my favorite actors of all time. I'm sure you guys know that by now. I've talked about it here on the channel many, many times. It's a very long movie, 122 minutes, so it's a little bit over 2 hours long. And you do get some pretty good special edition contents here. You get a brand new restoration. Let's see what else you get. Subtitles, which I always do like those too. You get new audio commentary by Tim Lucas, my buddy Tim. The Man Behind a Thousand Faces, a newly filmed look at Lon Chaney and his legacy by Kim Newman. You get a reversible cover. We'll check that out. There's the disc. That's pretty cool. A legend is portraying a legend in this movie, so I think that's amazing. There's a kind of an old school cover. Dorothy Malone. Let's see, when did this movie come out? 1957, a Universal Studios movie. And it says here that James Cagney won Best Actor for Yankee Doodle Dandy. He won the Oscar in 1943. So that looks really cool. And it didn't come with a booklet, but it came with this art card advert for Deadly Games, which I do own, and I do recommend that movie. It was pretty good. I was surprised. So I have two more from Arrow Video. I have the one-armed boxer, or just one-armed boxer. Comes with the slipcover here. We'll take a look at that first. Really, really nice. Love some Asian cinema. And this is unrated. It's running time 93 minutes. You can watch it with Mandarin language or English language, and you can also watch it with English subtitles as well. It's a 2K restoration from the original Elements by Fortune Star. You get original mono audio, and you can get alternate soundtracks and English dubbed audio. What does this one say here? You get a career retrospective interview with Wang Yu, filmed in Nantes in 2001 and never released before. That's cool. And here's, I flipped that cover. It That's the original. And it looks really, really good. And then there's the disc. And the reversible cover is exactly that same image, so I'm not even going to pull that disc out. But you get another advert card, as always, and this one's called... I never heard of that before. Wow. Never heard of that movie in my life. Here's a pretty decent sized catalog here again, or a booklet, I should say. The Chinese boxer and one-armed boxer. I wonder if those are, is it a sequel to the Chinese boxer? I'm not sure. Maybe one of you guys know the answer to that. Really nice, though. I mean, this is a very in-depth, detailed booklet for a movie like this. This is why I love Arrow Video and companies like that that put extra TLC into their releases for collectors like us. It's easy for us to keep going back and buying movies. And the last one is called Beyond the Door 2. This was the alternate title for the movie Shock. This was a Scream Factory, I'm sorry, Arrow Video release that was a website exclusive. So you can only get this at the Arrow Video website online. And I'm not going to open this one. I'm going to get the other one too. They also released it as under the title Shock. And I believe that one came with a slipcover too. I could be wrong about that, but I'm pretty sure. I'm going to get that one also, and I'm going to keep this one sealed just because it's a little more collectible. This one's probably a little bit more rare, but it looks beautiful. Looks really good. I just watched Beyond the Door 3 a couple nights ago, which is also called The Muck Train. I've seen that movie a few times before. It's a kind of a guilty pleasure of mine. It's not a very good movie, but I really enjoy it. I like the train, how it goes off the tracks through the land, and it's kind of a possessed train. I thought it was pretty cool how and there's scenes in it it's very obvious that it's a fake train, like a little model train when it's going through the mud and the water and stuff like that. But I still really enjoy it. So I think if I had to rank these movies in order, I think Part 1 is the best one. And then for me, I like Part 3 a little bit better than Part 2, so I would go 1, 3, 2. But most people would probably go 1, 2, 3. But I have an affinity for Part 3. So, all right, let me put some of this stuff away. We'll get into a miscellaneous pile, and we'll continue. So the first one here from my miscellaneous pile is called Gore in Venice. It was also released under the title Giallo in Venice. This was released by Scorpion Releasing a few years ago. It was released for a very limited time, and then they had to pull it, I believe. I don't know exactly why they pulled it. I don't know if they didn't have the rights to it. But this one here is very pricey. Now it's like around $100 if you want to get this one or more. I've had this one for a while, so I just wanted to pull it out and show that it's the exact same movie, just a different title. And this is new to my collection here, but I just wanted to kind of briefly show you what this one looked like. I'm sure many of you guys remember this one. It was for sale for a couple weeks and then it was pulled, and I never really found out why. But this one is put out by Full Moon, and this is the exact same movie like I was saying. It's uncut. This movie wasn't released for many years because they couldn't find a complete print of it. And I believe the story goes that there was a dentist in Portugal who had a complete print in his attic, and they discovered it and they cleaned it up, and now they have the full uncensored, uncut release of this movie. I put this in and I watched about 20 minutes of it and fell asleep a couple nights ago. but it's very graphic. It's very bloody. There's a lot of eroticism. There's a lot of kind of nudity and sex and stuff like that in this movie. It's a fun watch, and it's kind of a plain Jane release. There's no booklet. There's no reversible cover. The print, the quality looked good. I mean, it didn't look great. It didn't blow me away, but it doesn't have to be. I mean, this is a movie from 1979. The print is so small down there. It doesn't help that I'm getting older too, and I can't see as well as I used to. But this is the uncut 99-minute release of the movie, and this was also uncut as well. Yeah, 99 minutes, unrated. I do want to mention, though, that it is in Italian language only. You can watch it with English subtitles, but there's no English track. If that bothers you, you may want to pass on this one. But I would say give it a shot, even just for the kills and all that stuff. And if you like 70s giallo films, if you love these murder, mystery, kind of gory kill type movies, you may want to check this out. Don't let that English thing kind of, don't make that stop you from watching it and missing out on what could possibly be a good movie. You might enjoy it. So yeah, that's all I have to say about that. So let me pause it here for a second and put that slipcover back on. And 101 Films sent me over another copy of a movie to check out. So thank you guys at 101 Films. Appreciate you, Tim. This is called Rock and Roll High School. Comes in this beautiful box set. Comes with a slip box. Has one entry point there. Slip covers have the opening on the top and the bottom. The slip boxes have just one on the side. It comes with a Blu-ray, and it comes with a thick book. I'll flip through this really quick. Very nice, very thick, high quality pages. That looked like PJ Souls, but I don't think it is. I don't recall if I've ever seen this movie. I think I may have seen it when I was very young, but I don't really remember much about it. So this is the perfect opportunity for me to revisit or possibly watch it for the first time in this beautiful edition. 101 Films is putting out some great stuff here. Very, very nice. So let's kind of take a look here at the cover again. I didn't want to go over that too quick. There's a lot going on here. The Ramones are in here. See the Ramones band right there. That does kind of bring back memories. Yeah, it is. It was PJ Souls. PJ Souls right there. This is a movie from 1979. 93 minutes running time. Limited edition booklet includes Mindless Authority and Rebellious Youth, and I Got No Cerebellum by Jimmy Martin. 4K scan of the original camera negative. Class of 79, 40 years of rock and roll high school, featuring interviews with filmmakers and cast. Commentary by director Alan Arkush, producer Mike Fennell, and screenwriter Richard Whitley. Commentary with executive producer Roger Corman and actress Day Young. Commentary with Arkush, PJ Souls, and Clint Howard. Wow, this is really, really nice. Musical comedy rock and roll available on Blu-ray for the first time in the UK. And this says Region B locked, by the way. It looks like it was put out by 101 Films in conjunction with Shout Factory, so that's really cool. And then there's the cover. We just pretty much read everything on the back. And then there's the disc. I thought that was really nice of 101 Films to send me things, and then I get to talk about them and get you guys interested in them and drum up some business for them. So I guess one hand washes the other, right? Let me put this stuff away and we'll get into the next title. The next movie, I just watched this a couple of nights ago. I was very, very pleasantly surprised with this movie. I know that this movie got panned by a lot of critics. A lot of people are trashing this movie. This is the newest Resident Evil, Welcome to Raccoon City, Blu-ray and digital copy. I have some good things to say about this movie. It stays very true to the original gaming franchise. And the way that this movie starts out, it starts out at the beginning of part 2 in the video game. And you kind of see how the virus is taking form and how it's spreading. And you get some very good character introductions. All of the big names are in here. You have the Redfields, Claire and Chris. There's Claire Redfield right there. There's Albert Wesker. There's Chris Redfield in the movie. There's Leon Kennedy. And there's Jill Valentine. And you also, this is not a spoiler, but if you wait through the movie and you get into the credits and you let the credits roll a little bit, you get introduced to Ada Wong at the end of the movie. And she gives Wesker his trademark sunglasses at that point, and it's kind of setting up for a part 2. I thought the movie itself was very good. There was no Tyrant and there was no Mr. X. Neil McDonough was the kind of the bad scientist in this game, and he turns into a creature. The movie was beautiful. It was beautifully shot. It reminds me a lot of a Dario Argento movie where he uses a lot of shadows and darkness, and then he kind of accents the darkness with kind of like bright, vibrant colors. Like there'll be a scene where it's an alleyway and it's all dark, and there's going to be one light kind of shining, and it's like a fluorescent yellow or a pink, and it kind of accents some of the background. There's a lot of that in this movie, and it reminds me a lot of Dario Argento. It was very well done. I recommend this movie. Don't listen to the negative feedback this movie is getting. Give it a shot, and you may not like it. It may not be your thing, but at least give it a shot. And I was pleasantly surprised. I would watch this again, and I'm looking forward to part 2. They do set it up for a part 2. Now, whether they'll make a part 2 or not, I guess it all depends on how well the first one does. If it doesn't do very well, if it's a box office flop, they may not even make a part 2. But I hope they do, because I would like to see where they go with. They would have to go into part 3, and then maybe we'll get a Tyrant or a Mr. X. We'll see what happens. But I really enjoyed this. If anybody wants the digital, let me know, and I'll get that to you. There's a digital code in there, and you can check it out. The next one is another, probably a triple or quadruple dip for me by now. The only reason I wanted this one, I do love this movie. I think it's a great kind of a holiday-themed slasher monster movie, Uncle Sam, but it has this lenticular cover where he turns into the zombie. And I think that's a great gimmick. I definitely wanted this. But this is the 4K Ultra HD of Uncle Sam from Blue Underground. And it has the regular cover there on the inside. So I thought that was pretty cool. And yeah, I guess I'm a sucker for gimmicks like that. But that lenticular is beautiful. The last one I have in my miscellaneous pile is the complete film collection of Inner Sanctum Mysteries, starring Lon Chaney Jr. These are movies that were originally made during old-time radio. These used to be old-time radio programs, and eventually they turned the programs into movies in the 40s. And in this box set you get Calling Dr. Death from 1943, 63 minutes. You get Weird Woman from 1944, it's also 63 minutes. You get Dead Man's Eyes from 1944, 64 minutes. The Frozen Ghost from 1945, 62 minutes. Strange Confession, 1945, 62 minutes. And Pillow of Death, 1945, 67 minutes. So these were movies made during World War II to kind of keep people's minds off of the hell that was going on overseas. Universal Mystery Series. This is a set that was put out by Mill Creek, and it's really nice. It comes with the slip box here. I love the colors. I love purples and blacks together. Comes with a nice book. We'll go through that in a minute. But here's what the Blu-ray looks like. And it's a 2-disc set. So you get 3 movies on the first Blu-ray, and then you also get special features. And then you get the other 3 movies and special features as well. You can see some of the stills. All black and white. All about an hour a piece. So I think those are really nice to kind of pop in on a rainy day. You can probably watch a couple of those at a time, kind of binge them. And then it comes with this beautiful book. Really, really nice. Thick pages, glossy. A lot of write-ups. Too bad this one didn't come with the digital. I'd give this one away too. There's trivia in here. Let's see, what did the trivia say? I thought that was a really nice little addition. This was on sale on Amazon, and I had free delivery. It was like a free one-day delivery on this too. So I think I got this for about, I think it was under 20 bucks. To me, that's a steal for these. So yeah. All right, let's get into the next pile. So a couple of years ago, I crowdfunded a movie or a documentary called In Search of Darkness. These are movies that or Blu-rays that I had already. And then more recently, I think it was about a year or so ago, maybe longer than that. It's hard to remember all that stuff, but I crowdfunded another documentary from the same company that did In Search of Darkness, and this one was called In Search of Tomorrow, the definitive 80s sci-fi documentary. I ended up, don't know why, but I ended up getting 2 of those, and I also got another In Search of Darkness, the first one. I don't know exactly why I got all these. I don't remember ordering all these. I just backed it for the one movie. Something that really kind of perturbed me, kind of rubbed me the wrong way, if you will. As soon as they were taking crowdfunding for this, I got in right away. I wanted to kind of show support, and I liked the first 2 documentaries that they did. These are the 2 I owned already. This is In Search of Darkness, the first one. It was released without a slipcover. And then In Search of Darkness 2, this was a gift from Donato Giallo. He sent this to me a couple years ago. He sent it to me with the slipcover, which is awesome. So I had the first 2 already. So I crowdfunded the sci-fi one. And about a week or 2, maybe a month before they were going to release this, they sent an email out to everybody who crowdfunded and said, if you give us extra money, we'll give you a slipcover. And I wrote them an email back that was laced with 4-letter words that I'm not going to repeat here on the channel. But it really rubbed me the wrong way that they would, take money that was donated for this project and then try to squeeze more money out of you just to get the slipcover. So what I actually did was I told them to cancel my order and refund my money, but they didn't do it. I just thought that was wrong. You don't do that. If this movie came with a slipcover and people were willing to help you out and help crowdfund your project, you shouldn't try to get more stuff out of them like that. That was wrong. That really rubbed me the wrong way, and it takes a lot to anger me like that, but I got pretty mad. But anyway, I haven't watched this yet, but for some reason now I have 2 of these. I don't know why. And I have 2 of these, so I don't need 2 of them. Eventually maybe I'll just have a contest and those will be prizes. I don't know. But it also came with a pin, and it looks like it's some kind of a space helmet. I'm not really a pin guy. I don't really collect pins or anything. So, and then it came with an advert. They're going to be taking money. They're going to be crowdfunding In Search of Darkness 3. and they're calling it the final journey into 80s horror, which I'll probably get in on that one too, but I'm not going to give them more money for the slipcover. But they also did give me a couple of posters and a sheet of stickers, and I'll show those to you right now. Okay, so I had to get out my bigger portfolio. This is the 18-inch by 24-inch portfolio. This is the one I usually keep my Scream Factory posters in. It's a perfect size for that. But here's the first poster that they sent. Shows the little boy looking kind of into the distance, into the city skyline there, and it shows a bunch of different scenes from sci-fi movies. See how many of those you can name. I see Back to the Future, I see Star Wars, Spaceballs. So that was one. You could see E.T. flying against the moon there in the silhouette. And then they also, it's kind of a landscape type image of the second poster. You can see some characters from the sci-fi realm. You can see Terminator, RoboCop, Shatner, and Khan. Predator, Blade Runner, Flash Gordon, Ming the Merciless. Pretty cool. And this is my favorite one here, the third one. You can see Snake Plissken and Arnie, Predator again. Scanners. Very, very nice. I think that's beautiful. And they also, let's see, there was a sheet of stickers here too. I just stuck them in here for now. I didn't have anywhere else to put them. I'm not really a sticker guy either, but you get the same three images that were on the posters, and you get kind of like a little bookmark size sticker and a couple of little POG size stickers. So I thought that was pretty cool that they threw that in. And before I move on, I just want to say, if anybody has the need for one of these, if you never got a chance to get in on these, I have an extra one of the In Search of Darkness, the first one, and In Search of Tomorrow. If you want to trade for something, let me know. Otherwise, like I said earlier, I'll probably just use those as prizes in an upcoming contest. If I ever get to 10,000, that'll be what I'm going to do, give some stuff away, which is probably going to take years to get to 10,000 because I'm only at 5,000 now. So, all right, let's get into the thrift shop. I got a couple things here that I picked up, and then I'll show you a Chucky figure at the end, and then we'll call it a video. I already had True Lies on VHS with the cardboard slip. This one is the plastic outer shell. I thought this was a little bit better. So I picked this one up as an upgrade, and I'll probably get rid of the other one now, but this was pretty cool. Plastic case for the True Lies VHS starring Arnold Schwarzenegger. And I also picked up this was at St. Vincent de Paul's. I picked up the Hollywood Classic Westerns. Some of you may remember a few months back now, I picked up one very similar to this one, and it was called Science Fiction Collection. It was put out by the same exact company, and it's the same type of packaging, where it'll show you I just wanted to show these side by side just to show you how they look. But these were put out by a Canadian company, which is really cool, called Madison Music Group, Inc., put out in 1995 out of Quebec, Canada, made and printed in Canada. I had never seen this one before, and I got this one at a estate sale several months ago now. I picked this one up at a St. Vincent de Paul, and in this set, this was about $10 too. Let's see. Yep, $9.88. I bought that at St. Vincent de Paul. You get Abilene Town, starring Randolph Scott. Angel and the Bad Man, starring John Wayne. Santa Fe Trail, starring Errol Flynn. Under California Stars, Roy Rogers. The Mystery of the Hooded Horseman, Tex Ritter. The Outlaw, Jane Russell. Man of the Frontier, Gene Autry, they sing in Cowboy. Painted Desert, Clark Gable. Vengeance Valley, Burt Lancaster. And Rage at Dawn, Randolph Scott. And these are in perfect condition. There's not even hardly any shelf wear on these boxes. I mean, it's for something that's from 1995 and outdated media. Somebody really took good care of these. So I was very glad to pick that up for $10. And now I have 2 different sets from the same company, and I'm really happy to have those. Those are nice shelf display pieces. And then I got a Hanna-Barbera. I was never really a big Smurfs fan. I think I got this for about $2.88 just to add it to the Hanna-Barbera collection. And this is 19 cartoons on 2 discs. It's called Season 1, Volume 1. Comes in kind of like a digipack style packaging. And I picked up, for $1.99, I picked up a DVD 2-pack from the Over the Hill Gang, and these were great movies. These were fun. I remember watching these when I was a kid. You get an all-star veteran cast of Walter Brennan, Pat O'Brien, Edgar Buchanan, Andy Devine, Jack Elam, Ricky Nelson, and Fred Astaire. So you get 2 movies. You get Over the Hill Gang and the Over the Hill Gang Rides Again. These were really fun movies. So for $2, that was a steal for me. And then these movies I'd like to eventually pick up on Blu-ray. I know they're all available on Blu-ray, and I think there's even a Blu-ray box set. But these are the Rocky movies, all 5 of the Stallone Rocky movies. And then when you put them together, you can see Rocky hugging the American flag, and you get Rocky 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. All on DVD, and these were all in really, really good shape. So I was glad to pick those up. Let me pause it here. I'm going to kind of put some stuff away, and then we'll talk a little bit about the Chucky doll that I got, and we'll wrap it up. And before we get into Chucky, I wanted to show you guys really quick. I did pick up the rest of these Monsters sketchbooks from William Stout. These are all signed. I do have all 6 of them now, so I just wanted to show these really quick. If you guys are interested in me going through these, flipping through page by page, let me know. I can do that in a separate video, but I'm not going to do that here in this video. Just wanted to show these off. So this is Volume 1. And here's Volume 2. So what William Stout does is, during comic conventions, I believe it's the San Diego Comic-Cons, and he sells these. He signs them and sells them in limited quantities. And the ones that don't sell at the convention, I think he has an online website that you can order these from. And there's others from sellers on eBay as well. This is Volume 3, and then on the back is Volume 4. I have these all in kind of like protective plastic for right now, but like I was saying, if you guys want me to go through them, I will. I'm trying to keep these as nice and clean as possible. Here's Sketchbook 5. I think that one looks amazing. And then here's Sketchbook 6, which I did show you guys in a previous video. This was actually the first one I got, so I had to kind of backtrack and get these. I do have all 6 of them now. I just wanted to share that. Very glad to have these in the collection. I'm not an artist myself, and I think that's why I appreciate it so much, because it's very hard to do for me anyways. So when I see beautiful art like this, I really appreciate it. It looks really, really good. I also got a couple of signed posters. This was several months ago, and I think I completely forgot to show these. But this is a Nancy Sinatra poster that she hand signed right there on her arm. Really cool poster. 18 inches by 24. It looks really good. And then I also have a signed poster from Chaz Palminteri, who was the original author of the movie A Bronx Tale, and he also starred in the movie as well. But he signed it right there, and he also signed this little quote. Saddest Thing in Life is Wasted Talent, and he signed that as well. Chaz Palminteri. So those are really cool. Glad to have those in my collection. So let's take a look at Chucky. Okay, I picked this guy up a couple of weeks ago at an FYE. This is Chucky from Part 3, The Bride of Chucky. Comes with this huge bloody knife. The detail is really great on this. It's made by Mezco Toys. I have the box downstairs. I have him displayed next to my Jason statues and stuff. But it looks really, really fantastic. It's pretty heavy. It's 15 inches tall. And there's a little button here on the back. Let's see. Let's see if I can.
Now the first thing we gotta do is get me out of this body once and for all. A true classic never goes out of style. Get off my knife.
Get off my knife.
I'll be back. I always come back.
So I think he says 15 different phrases. I'm not going to sit here and go through all 15, but
I don't have a problem with killing. I like a little killing now and then. What's wrong with that?
so this knife doesn't really sit in there the greatest, but it works. And I think the detail in this doll is very, very great. It had a price tag on it of $100, which is a little steep, but I think it's very, very fair for the quality. And it just looks amazing. So that was it, guys. Heidi left and she's out in the living room on the couch. And so it's just me and Hannah here. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching.
Well, the first thing we gotta do is get me out of this body once and for all.
And he's gonna sit right there. Thank you guys for watching. Take care, and I'll see you around.